Hello class 10. Hope you all are doing well. Students, as you all know that your first term examinations are commencing soon. So this is your last video in chemistry before your first term exam. And in this video I'm going to continue the same chapter in chemistry, that is your chapter number 7A, hydrogen chloride. In previous video we had discussed about the laboratory preparation of hydrogen chloride gas and its properties, and today we will discuss hydrochloric acid. Let's start the chapter. Hydrochloric acid. Actually, how the hydrochloric acid is prepared in laboratory? It is prepared by dissolving hydrogen chloride gas in water using a special funnel arrangement method. So what is this special funnel arrangement method? Actually, we use this funnel arrangement method to dissolve hydrogen chloride gas in water to get hydrochloric acid. But if hydrogen chloride gas is directly absorbed in water, it leads to back suction. Actually, what is back suction? Just try to understand. If suppose this hydrogen chloride gas is directly absorbed in water through this delivery tube, then it causes back suction. And how this back suction is created? Actually, hydrogen chloride gas is high but extremely soluble in water. If a delivery tube through which HCl gas is passed is directly immersed in water, then the rate of absorption of HCl gas is high. And then what's happened? A partial vacuum is created in the tube. And because of this partial vacuum, what's happened? The pressure outside being higher causes water to be pushed up, right? And into this delivery tube and damage the apparatus. And what it is called? It is called back suction. So to avoid back suction, let's discuss how this funnel arrangement method is used. What you will do, you just take a inverted funnel, right? And it is connected to the delivery tube with the help of a rubber tube, right? Then the rim of the funnel is placed so that it just touches the trough containing this water. If back suction occurs, the water rises up where the funnel, and level outside the funnel falls down, right? Then what's happened? It creates an air gap between the rim of the funnel and the surface of the water. And the pressure outside and inside, what's happened? It equalizes, and the water which had risen up, it is again falls down, and this process continues till the water in the trough is saturated with hydrogen chloride gas, resulting in formation of hydrochloric acid. Hence, hydrochloric acid is not prepared in the laboratory by passing hydrogen chloride gas directly through water, but it is prepared using a special funnel arrangement method, right? Your question number 13 in the book is explain the arrangement not used, and second is your used for converting hydrogen chloride gas into hydrochloric acid. So which arrangement is not used? The arrangement not used for converting hydrogen chloride gas into hydrochloric acid is delivery tube method, because it causes back suction, right? And which method is used? Funnel arrangement method is used because it prevents or minimize back suction of water. And second, it provides a large surface area for absorption of HCl gas. Let's discuss physical properties of hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is colorless, slightly pungent odor, sharp, sour taste, and corrosive in nature. And the boiling point of hydrochloric acid is how much? 109.8 degree Celsius. Actually, hydrochloric acid in water forms a constant boiling mixture. And what is constant boiling mixture? It is a mixture in which the components start boiling together at the same time, and the mixture cannot be concentrated beyond a particular composition. And that is why when dilute hydrochloric acid cannot be concentrated beyond a certain concentration by boiling. Dilute hydrochloric acid cannot be concentrated beyond a certain concentration by boiling because dilute hydrochloric acid forms a constant boiling mixture, and on boiling the mixture evolves out the vapors of both acid and water. Means when dilute acid is when we boil the dilute acid, then water vapors are also evolve out, as well as acid vapors are also start vaporize out, and that is in the same proportion as in liquid. And that is why dilute hydrochloric acid cannot be concentrated beyond a certain concentration by boiling. Next is your chemical properties of hydrochloric acid. Hydrochloric acid is a monobasic acid. Why does monobasic acid? As it dissociate in aqueous solution and produce one hydrogen ion per molecule of the acid. All of you know hydrochloric acid is a strong acid, as well as monobasic acid, as well as it is hydroacid, and it is a mineral acid, right? Now next is your hydrochloric acid is acidic in nature. Why it is acidic in nature? Because of or due to presence of hydrogen ions. When hydrochloric acid is dissolved in water, it produces hydronium ion, and because of these hydronium ion, what's happened? This hydrochloric acid behave as an acidic in nature. Now next is your a solution of hydrochloric acid in water is an electrolyte. What do you mean by electrolyte? The solution which conduct electricity in its aqueous state. And why hydrochloric acid in water is an electrolyte? Because water, being a polar solvent, it ionizes the polar covalent HCl molecules into free ions. Hence, a solution of hydrogen chloride in water is acidic in nature, as well as a good electrolyte. Understood? But a solution of hydrogen chloride in organic solvent is non-electrolyte, as well as does not exhibit acidic properties. Why? Because if when a solution of hydrogen chloride in organic solvent like toluene, then it become non-electrolyte, because toluene, not being a polar solvent, does not dissociate hydrogen chloride molecules into free ions. Understood? And the same way it is does not exhibit acidic properties. Let's discuss acidic properties of hydrochloric acid, but especially which one? Dilute hydrochloric acid. Always remember, whenever a dilute hydrochloric acid react with active matters, it always gives you salt and hydrogen gas. And when dilute hydrochloric acid react with bases, they always give what? Salt and water, right? For example, when dilute hydrochloric acid, that is your HCl, when react with magnesium, it gives magnesium chloride and hydrogen gas. Now next is your when dilute acid react with bases, they give salt and water. So when dilute hydrochloric acid HCl react with copper oxide, which is a base, it gives you copper chloride, copper 2 chloride, and H2O water. When dilute acids react with carbonates or bicarbonates, they always give salt, water, and carbon dioxide. So dilute hydrochloric acid when react with sodium carbonate or sodium bicarbonate, right, it always gives sodium chloride, water, and carbon dioxide. Same way when dilute acids react with sulfite, metallic sulfides, then it always gives salt, water, and sulfur dioxide. And when you will take dilute hydrochloric acid and magnesium sulfide or sodium sulfide or zinc sulfide, it gives you salt. That is, if you are using magnesium sulfide, then you will get magnesium chloride salt, water, and sulfur dioxide gas. Right? Now your question number 20 is give a balanced equation to obtain hydrogen gas, carbon dioxide gas, sulfur dioxide gas, and hydrogen sulfide gas from dilute hydrochloric acid. How you will get these gases from dilute hydrochloric acid? So what you will do, you take to get a hydrogen gas, what you will do, you take zinc, which is an active metal. When react with dilute hydrochloric acid, it gives you zinc chloride and hydrogen gas. When copper carbonate, how you will get carbon dioxide gas? You can give this balance equation. Copper carbonate when react with 2HCl, it gives you, and all these are what, dilute hydrochloric acid. It gives you copper chloride, water, and carbon dioxide gas. Same way, to get sulfur dioxide gas, what you will take, a metallic sulfide, that is your sodium sulfide. When react with dilute hydrochloric acid, you will get sodium chloride plus water and sulfur dioxide gas. Fourth one is your, to get a hydrogen sulfide gas, what you will do, you take iron 2 sulfide and it react with dilute hydrochloric acid to get what, iron 2 chloride and hydrogen sulfide gas. Right, now next is your question number 21 is your, convert 2 soluble metallic nitrates to insoluble metallic chlorides using dilute hydrochloric acid. So how you will convert soluble metallic nitrates like silver nitrate to insoluble silver chloride? Is silver nitrate, that is your AgNO3, when react with dilute hydrochloric acid, it gives you AgCl, that is your silver chloride, which is what, insoluble. Means you get a white insoluble precipitate of AgCl and what, nitric acid. When the same way you can give this reaction also, when lead nitrate react with dilute hydrochloric acid, you get insoluble white precipitate of lead chloride and nitric acid. Right? So when these silver nitrate or lead nitrate, when react with dilute hydrochloric acid, you get insoluble white precipitate of either silver chloride or lead chloride respectively. Right, and nitric acid. Now your question number 22 is, state how you would prove that HCl contains hydrogen using an active metal below magnesium. So which equation you will give? You can give this equation, means you will take zinc, Zn plus 2HCl, that is your dilute hydrochloric acid, gives you zinc chloride and hydrogen gas is formed, and it proved that hydrochloric acid contain hydrogen. Or in place of zinc, you can also write, you can also give this iron. Iron when react with dilute hydrochloric acid, it gives you iron 2 chloride and hydrogen gas. Right? HCl contain chlorine. How you will prove that? For that, what you will do, you just take manganese dioxide and hydrochloric acid, that is but this time you will take concentrated hydrochloric acid. Which acid you will take? Concentrated hydrochloric acid, and you will get manganese chloride, right, and water and chlorine gases formed, which prove that HCl contain chlorine. Next is your test for hydrochloric acid. First is your dense white fumes of ammonium chloride are formed when glass rod dipped in ammonia solution brought near vapors of hydrochloric acid. Right, and what is the equation? NH3 plus HCl gives you what? NH4Cl, and you will get a white dense fumes of ammonium chloride when glass rod dipped in ammonia solution and brought near the vapors of hydrochloric acid. Second test is your dilute hydrochloric acid give white precipitate of silver chloride when react with silver nitrate. When silver nitrate react with dilute hydrochloric acid, it gives insoluble white precipitate of AgCl. But this white precipitate, insoluble white precipitate of AgCl is soluble in excess of ammonium hydroxide, but it is insoluble in dilute nitric acid and cold water. Right?
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, children.